Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive that's going to launch you into a whole new career.
That's right.
We're tackling spring making today.
The industrial kind.
Yeah, the kind that goes into all sorts of machines and stuff.
Exactly.
And we're going to get you ready to absolutely ace that interview.
We're going to unpack some of the most common questions.
Sprinkle in some career insights from RoleCatcher.
And even see how their AI can give you an edge in crafting those perfect answers.
It's going to be awesome.
It is.
So let's dive in.
Sounds good.
Now, what I think is so cool about spring making is that people often underestimate the skill and precision it takes.
I know, right?
It's not just pushing buttons.
No.
These are crucial parts of all kinds of industries.
Yeah, you're talking cars, airplanes, medical devices even.
Pretty much anything that moves or bends or needs a little bounce.
Exactly. Springs are everywhere.
Okay, so picture this. You're in the interview hot seat,
Right.
and the first question comes flying at you.
What inspired you to become a spring maker?
And you're thinking, should I make up some story about loving slinkies as a kid?
Oh man, I hear that a lot.
Right.
But honestly, it's about showing genuine interest.
So no lying.
No lying. Think about what really sparks your passion.
Was it like a fascination with how things work?
Could be.
The challenge of making things so precise?
Or maybe even, the impact springs have on so many different industries.
Right, because the guide we're looking at mentions all sorts of spring types.
Oh, yeah.
Leaf, torsion.
It's way more than just slinkies.
It's like a whole universe of springs out there.
It is. And highlighting that you've done some research, even mentioning a specific type of spring that you find interesting.
That shows you're not just there for any job.
Right. You're there for that job.
Way better than just saying, I like machines.
Yeah, because that could apply to a lot of jobs.
All right, question number 2. What are your key strengths as a spring maker?
Okay, this is your time to shine.
Whip out that mental toolbox of skills.
But remember, tailor your answer to what the company is actually looking for.
So read that job description carefully.
Very carefully.
Are they emphasizing precision,
Problem solving?
experience with certain materials?
All of that.
Now, the guide mentions needing both technical expertise and soft skills.
It's that blend that makes a spring maker truly valuable.
So you need to know your way around different spring types,
Different materials.
the whole manufacturing process.
Yeah, all the technical stuff.
But you also need that attention to detail,
Problem-solving mindset.
ability to work solo,
Yeah.
but also as part of a team.
It's a lot.
Oh, it is.
But think about times you've demonstrated those strengths.
Even in other jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you spearheaded a project
Troubleshooted a tricky issue.
or, consistently exceeded expectations when it came to those super detail-oriented tasks.
And you always want to have some specific examples ready to go.
So basically, you're not just a cog in the machine.
Right.
You bring a whole set of valuable skills to the table.
And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can really give you an edge.
Oh, yeah. Their CV resume builder actually analyzes job descriptions.
And helps you tailor your content to highlight the most relevant skills.
Okay, so you're making your application stand out from the crowd.
That's the goal.
Awesome. All right, on to question 3.
Hit me.
And this one's all about quality.
Love it.
How do you ensure that the springs you make meet quality standards?
This one goes deep because a faulty spring can have huge consequences.
Yeah, like a domino effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Impacting entire systems.
So interviewers want to hear about your approach to quality control.
Because it's not just about churning out springs.
No.
It's about making sure they're reliable.
Durable.
And they meet those exact specifications.
Nobody wants a wobbly spring causing chaos in a machine.
That's for sure.
No.
So this is where you show off your knowledge of the whole process.
Exactly.
Talk about inspection at each stage.
The measuring tools you use.
Familiarity with industry standards.
Yeah, do you do visual checks?
Use specific testing equipment.
It's all about showcasing that attention to detail.
That commitment to precision that makes a spring maker stand out.
And speaking of standing out, RoleCatcher's AI feedback feature
Oh, yeah.
can actually analyze your practice answers and suggest refinements.
Okay, so you're really honing in on those key points.
Exactly, making sure you're highlighting that meticulous approach in a way that resonates with hiring managers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we've tackled 3 pretty intense questions so far.
We have.
But before we dive into the next round,
Let's take a little detour.
I like detours.
Me too.
And glean some career insights from the RoleCatcher guide.
Sounds good.
Now, one thing that really jumps out is the emphasis on hands-on experience.
Oh, yeah. Especially for entry-level positions.
Apprenticeships and internships are like gold.
Think of it as earning your stripes in the world of springs.
It's not just textbook knowledge.
Right. You got to get your hands dirty.
Learn from those seasoned string makers.
And prove you can handle the real deal.
And what's cool is that there are multiple paths for advancement once you have that foundation.
You can specialize in a particular type of spring.
Move into supervisory roles.
You could even
Start your own spring-making empire.
There you go.
The guide also emphasizes continuous learning.
Technology's always evolving.
So attending conferences.
Joining those online forums they mentioned.
All that keeps you ahead of the game.
Absolutely. You don't want to get left behind.
No.
Nope.
Okay, let's jump back into those interview questions.
Let's do it.
Question number 4. How do you troubleshoot problems that arise during the spring manufacturing process?
This one is all about your problem-solving superpowers.
So think of yourself as a mechanical detective.
Ooh, I like that.
You got a spring that's not behaving.
And it's your job to crack the case.
So no panicking, no randomly pushing buttons.
No, you got to show that you have a system
Cool head.
and the knowledge to pinpoint the root cause.
So walk the interviewer through your process.
How would you gather information?
Analyze potential causes.
What tools or techniques would you use?
Would you start by checking the material?
The dimensions.
Maybe even delve into the manufacturing process itself,
And don't be afraid to mention specific tools you're familiar with.
like a micrometer,
A spring tester.
or even good old-fashioned observation.
It all paints a picture of you as a capable spring maker.
Someone who can handle those tricky situations.
That's what they want to see.
All right, question number 5. How do you stay current with new technology and advancements in spring manufacturing?
Okay, this is where you showcase that you're a lifelong learner.
Because the world of springs is not standing still.
It is not.
And the interviewer wants to see that you're keeping pace.
Exactly.
Because let's be honest, nobody wants a spring maker who's stuck in the Stone Age.
The technological Stone Age.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
So talk about how you stay informed.
Do you read industry publications?
Attend webinars.
Engage in those online forums where spring makers gather.
Oh yeah, those forums sound like a goldmine.
They are.
Mentioning them shows that you're proactive about learning from others.
It's all about continuous improvement. And here's another area where RoleCatcher's AI can help.
Really?
Yeah, their AI-powered interview practice feature.
Lets you practice answering this very question.
Oh, wow.
And get feedback on how well you're conveying your commitment to staying updated.
So you're really putting your best foot forward.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to question 6.
All right, bring it on.
And this one might sound like a time management test.
Oh boy.
How do you manage your time effectively when working on multiple spring manufacturing projects at once?
Okay, so they're trying to figure out how organized you are.
And your ability to juggle multiple priorities without dropping the ball.
Because a spring maker's workday is rarely just focusing on one spring at a time.
That's true.
Yeah.
So how do you stay on top of things?
Do you use a planner?
A calendar?
Do you break down big projects into smaller tasks?
I find that breaking things down is key,
It is.
especially when you're juggling multiple deadlines and specifications.
And if you use any specific techniques like the Pomodoro technique or time blocking, mention those too.
Because it shows that you're structured.
And efficient.
Exactly.
All right, moving on to question 7.
Okay, hit me with it.
How do you collaborate with other team members when working on spring manufacturing projects?
So it's not just me alone in the workshop surrounded by springs.
Not always.
So they want to see that I can communicate
Share ideas.
and work towards a common goal.
Exactly. Teamwork makes the dream work.
So this seems like a perfect time to share an example of a successful team project.
Absolutely. Talk about a time when you had to collaborate to solve a problem, meet a deadline, or achieve a specific outcome.
And don't be shy about highlighting your contributions to the team's success.
Whether you took the lead on a task, offered creative solutions, or provided support where needed, showcase your value as a collaborator.
It's all about showing how you shine as part of a team.
That's right.
I like it.
Me too. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of spring making,
We're picking up right where we left off.
arming you with even more insights to conquer those interview questions.
You know, we just talked about collaboration and teamwork.
It's crucial in this field.
Let's face it, spring makers don't work in a vacuum.
No, they don't.
They're often part of a bigger team working alongside engineers.
Designers and other specialists.
It's a whole interconnected, springy world out there.
It is.
And that brings us to a question that often comes up in interviews.
Okay, what is it?
Tell me about a time you worked effectively as part of a team.
This is your chance to shine.
Prove you're not just a spring-making machine, but a team player who can communicate and contribute to a shared goal.
They want to see that you can navigate the dynamics of a team environment,
Brainstorming ideas,
resolving conflict,
or just, supporting your colleagues.
all those good team things.
So how do I choose the right example to share?
That's a good question.
Should I go for a grand company-saving project?
Or can a smaller scale experience be just as impactful?
What do you think?
Honestly, even a smaller project can be powerful if you highlight the right elements.
So it's not about the size of the project, but how I tell the story.
Exactly.
Okay, so what should I focus on then?
Think back to a time when teamwork was essential for success.
Could be a complex spring design,
A challenging production run.
or even a problem-solving scenario where collaboration was key.
When describing the situation, it's important to set the stage,
Okay, so explain the project's goals
the team's composition.
and then dive into my specific contributions.
Don't just say, I worked on this project with a team.
Fair enough.
Show them what you did.
So did I take initiative?
Offer creative solutions.
Communicate effectively with the team.
Did you provide support where needed?
It's all about bringing those teamwork skills to life.
And don't forget to mention any positive feedback you receive.
From team members or supervisors.
It adds credibility.
Makes the story even stronger.
Right.
Okay, moving on to a question that can sometimes catch people off guard.
Oh boy.
Tell me about a time you failed.
Ooh.
Now, this one might seem like a curveball,
But
it's actually a chance to show off your self-awareness
your resilience.
and how well you can learn from your mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Right, it's what you do afterwards that matters.
Successful people own their mistakes.
Learn from them and grow.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm thinking about a time I faced a setback,
Could be a missed deadline,
a technical error.
or maybe a misjudgment in a certain situation.
The key is to choose an example that lets me show what I learned from it.
You don't want to raise any red flags
Right.
about your competence in essential spring making skills.
No, definitely not.
But sharing a time you stumbled and then got back up stronger and wiser.
That shows real character.
All right, so you've got a situation in mind.
I do.
How are you going to structure your answer?
Should I just blurt out I messed up?
Well, you could.
Or is there a better way to do it?
There is.
Yeah, tell me.
Briefly describe the situation and the mistake you made.
And then shift the focus to what I did to fix it.
Exactly.
So did I take ownership?
Seek feedback.
Did I make changes to prevent similar mistakes in the future?
You want to show that you're proactive
Accountable,
and committed to continuous improvement.
turning a negative into a positive.
That's the idea.
I like it.
Now, before we jump back into those interview questions,
Okay,
let's talk about career development for aspiring spring makers,
that sounds good.
especially for those just starting out.
Yeah.
What advice does the RoleCatcher Guide have for landing that first spring maker job?
I'm all ears.
Hands-on experience is key.
Makes sense.
Apprenticeships and internships are fantastic.
So it's about proving I can actually do the work,
That's right.
even if I don't have a formal apprenticeship.
Right. You can volunteer or assist in workshops or manufacturing settings.
Any chance to get my hands dirty and work with those springs is valuable.
Absolutely.
And what about networking?
Attend industry events.
Join online forums.
Reach out to professionals.
Those connections can really open doors.
They can.
Speaking of career paths,
Let's talk about advancement opportunities.
the guide mentions a few possibilities, right?
It does. Like, as you
Excellent.
gain experience,
You can move into supervisory roles,
management positions,
overseeing teams,
managing projects,
maybe even leading entire departments.
from making springs to orchestrating the whole symphony.
I like that analogy.
And for those with a passion for innovation,
Yeah.
there are opportunities in research and development,
Designing new spring types,
exploring advanced materials.
developing cutting-edge manufacturing techniques.
It's all about pushing the boundaries.
And for those with an entrepreneurial spirit,
You could even start your own spring manufacturing company.
so many possibilities.
There are.
So from the workshop to the boardroom,
The sky's the limit.
but continuous learning is key.
It keeps you relevant and competitive.
Embrace new technologies, attend conferences.
Never stop learning.
I like it.
Me too.
Okay, time to step back into that interview hot seat.
Let's do it.
Let's tackle a question that often comes up when discussing career goals.
Okay, what is it?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ah, yes.
Now, this question is designed to see how ambitious I am,
Your career aspirations.
and if those aspirations line up with the company's vision.
It's about showing you've given some thought to your career trajectory
I'm motivated to grow.
and how you see yourself evolving within the company.
So how do I strike that balance between ambition and realism?
Good question.
I don't want to seem overly eager,
Right.
but I also don't want to seem clueless.
It's a fine line.
It is.
Start by reflecting on your aspirations.
Okay.
Do you see yourself specializing?
Moving into a leadership role.
Maybe even starting your own business?
It's helpful to have a direction in mind.
Even if the specifics are still fuzzy.
And then consider how those aspirations align with the company.
Do they promote from within?
Offer training programs,
Encourage innovation?
connecting personal aspirations to the reality of the company.
When you answer, be enthusiastic and forward-thinking, but also grounded,
Okay.
you might say something like,
In 5 years, I see myself as a highly skilled spring maker, specializing in torsion spring design. I'm eager to contribute to the company's growth by developing innovative spring solutions and potentially taking on leadership roles within the team.
there you go.
That sounds good.
It does.
It's a good mix of ambition and showing that I want to contribute to the company's success.
Exactly.
And it's okay to express a desire for growth as long as it aligns with the company's opportunities.
And your willingness to put in the work.
That's key.
Okay, let's tackle a question that can feel a bit awkward.
No, what is it?
What are your weaknesses?
Oh, man, this one always gets me.
It's a classic.
It is.
It's designed to see how self-aware you are
And honest.
and willing to address areas for improvement.
So it's not about pretending I'm perfect,
No.
but about showing that I'm aware of my limitations and actively working to overcome them.
Exactly.
So what kind of weakness should I share?
Choose something genuine
Relatable.
and not detrimental to core spring-making skills.
So maybe avoid saying, I have a tendency to accidentally launch springs across the workshop.
Probably a good idea.
Okay, so focus on areas where I'm actively seeking improvement.
Exactly.
Could be a lack of experience with the specific software,
A tendency to overthink.
difficulty with public speaking.
Frame it in a positive light.
Highlight what I'm doing to address it.
Turn a potential negative into a positive.
I like that.
Me too.
For example, I could say, I'm still developing my proficiency with CAD software, but I'm enrolled in an online course and actively practicing to improve my skills.
Perfect.
It shows initiative and a desire to learn.
Now on to a question that feels like a defining moment.
Here we go.
Why should we hire you?
This is where I make my closing argument.
Summarize your qualifications.
Highlight my key strengths.
Reiterate your enthusiasm.
It's like the grand finale of the interview,
Think of it as your elevator pitch.
conveying why I'm the ideal candidate.
And remember to tailor it to the company and position.
So I need to review the job description.
Research the company's values.
Connect my skills and experiences to what they're looking for.
You might say something like this.
Based on your company's focus on precision spring manufacturing for the aerospace industry, my experience with CNC coiling and my meticulous attention to detail make me a strong fit for this role. I'm eager to contribute to your team's success and continue developing my skills within your innovative environment.
Nailed it.
It's a good summary of my skills and why I'm a good match for the company.
It is.
It's also my last chance to make a good impression.
Exude confidence.
Express genuine interest.
And reiterate your passion.
Before we move on,
Okay.
let's highlight another valuable resource from RoleCatcher,
Sounds good.
their AI-powered interview practice feature.
It's like having a virtual interview coach.
So I can choose practice questions
Record my response.
and get personalized feedback.
From RoleCatcher's AI.
It analyzes my answers
Points out areas for improvement.
and even offers suggestions for how to deliver those answers better,
Both verbally and non-verbally.
so I can build my confidence
Refine my responses.
and feel more prepared.
It's like a dress rehearsal.
Okay, let's dive into the last set of questions.
Hit me.
This time we're tackling a topic that often sparks debate.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
What are your thoughts on the impact of automation on the spring-making industry?
That's a big one.
It is.
This question is designed to see how well you understand industry trends
My ability to adapt to technology.
and your critical thinking skills.
It's not about taking sides.
It's about showing a nuanced perspective.
So it's been showing that I'm not just a skilled spring maker, but also someone who's thinking about the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Automation is transforming a lot of industries.
Including spring making.
It's important to acknowledge both the benefits,
And the challenges.
so it's not black and white.
Nope.
There are pros and cons.
You could start by saying that automation can improve efficiency,
Precision,
consistency,
potentially reducing costs.
increasing production,
But it's also important to recognize that automation can displace jobs,
requiring spring makers to learn new skills.
adapt, and stay competitive.
Exactly.
So it's a balancing act.
It is.
Embrace the benefits.
But also prepare for the potential shifts.
So highlight the importance of continuous learning
Upskilling.
and staying adaptable.
Show the interviewer that you're not afraid of change.
but I see it as an opportunity to grow.
Okay, moving on to a question that's often asked to gauge your commitment to the field.
What is it?
Why are you interested in working specifically with springs?
Now, this is my chance to really let my passion shine through,
Go beyond the surface level.
delve into what truly captivates me about this craft.
So don't just say, I like machines.
Right.
Think about what makes springs special.
The design,
The materials.
a wide range of applications,
It's amazing how springs are used in so many different things.
from cars and airplanes to medical devices.
It really is a fascinating field. You could also mention how spring making combines technical skills and creativity.
It's that blend that really appeals to me.
Share your enthusiasm for the challenges and the impact of spring making.
Okay, let's tackle a question that's designed to see how well I solve problems.
Love these.
Imagine you're working on a spring that's not performing as expected. How would you approach troubleshooting the issue?
Okay, so this is a scenario-based question.
They want to see how I think on my feet.
Exactly.
So no randomly tweaking things.
No.
I need a structured approach
Start by gathering information.
about the spring's function,
The performance issues.
the manufacturing process,
You're like a detective
piecing together clues.
to solve the mystery.
I like that.
And mention any specific tools you might use.
Measuring instruments,
Testing equipment.
or even consulting with colleagues.
All good things to mention.
It's all about showing that I have what it takes to handle those tricky situations.
Exactly.
Now, towards the end of an interview,
Yeah.
I might get asked this.
What is it?
Is there anything else we should know about you that's not on your CV?
Ooh, that one can be tough.
It feels like a trick question.
I know, right?
So what are they really after?
It's an opportunity to showcase your personality.
My interests.
Things that might not be directly related to spring making, but could add value.
So should I talk about my love of collecting antique slinkies?
A bit of humor can be helpful,
Yeah.
but focus on qualities or experiences that show your adaptability,
My teamwork skills?
your problem-solving abilities.
Or my dedication to continuous learning?
So maybe volunteer work,
Community involvement?
or a hobby that demonstrates relevant skills.
It's about highlighting those hidden talents.
That could make you a valuable asset.
Okay, we're almost done with this interview prep marathon.
We're in the home stretch.
Let's tackle one last question about long-term goals.
All right, bring it on.
What are your aspirations beyond the spring waker role?
This question is like the where do you see yourself in 5 years question.
It's about looking at the big picture.
They want to know if you're ambitious,
Forward thinking.
interested in contributing to the company's success over time.
So it's about showing that I'm not just looking for a job, but a career path.
With room for growth.
And I need to do my research.
Understand where the company is headed.
See if my aspirations align with their vision.
Exactly.
So research their structure,
Their industry standing.
their growth plans,
Are they expanding?
investing in R&D,
Promoting from within.
connecting my personal goals to the company's trajectory.
When you answer, be honest, but also realistic.
Okay.
You could say something like,
While I'm passionate about spring making, I'm also eager to develop my leadership skills and eventually contribute to the company's growth by managing teams or leading projects. I'm particularly interested in the company's plans to expand into the renewable energy sector, as I see great potential for spring technology in that field.
well said.
It shows that I've thought about my future,
You've done your research.
and I'm eager to contribute,
And remember, it's perfectly fine to express a desire for growth.
as long as it makes sense for the company.
And you're willing to put in the effort.
Okay, before we wrap up part 2,
Let's highlight one more resource from RoleCatcher.
I love these resources.
Me too.
What is it this time?
Their AI-powered CV resume feedback feature.
Oh, cool.
It's like having a personal career coach,
So I upload my CV resume,
and their AI analyzes it,
checks for typos and grammar,
makes sure it's strategically crafted.
to catch the eye of recruiters.
It provides personalized feedback on content,
Formatting,
the overall impact,
so I can make those crucial adjustments.
and land more interviews.
Because a strong CV resume is so important.
It's your first impression.
You want to make it count.
RoleCatcher's AI feedback feature can help you do just that.
I love it.
Me too.
Okay, let's dive into the last set of questions for this interview marathon.
All right, let's hear them.
This time, we're exploring a topic that's crucial for any spring maker.
Okay, I'm ready.
How do you stay updated on the latest advancements in spring technology and manufacturing processes?
This one's about showing you're committed to continuous learning.
I'm curious about industry trends.
And you take a proactive approach to staying ahead of the curve.
The world of spring making is always evolving.
New materials,
Manufacturing techniques,
technological advancements.
so no hiding in the workshop, blissfully unaware.
No way.
Showcase your engagement with industry resources.
Your participation in professional development.
The first for knowledge.
Exactly.
So what publications do I read?
What conferences do you attend?
Online forums, courses, workshops.
It's all about showing you're keeping up.
Those industry conferences are a goldmine of information,
They are.
networking opportunities.
Maybe even some cool spring-themed swag.
You never know.
Sharing your participation shows you're committed.
I like it.
Okay, moving on to a question that's designed to assess your attention to detail.
All right, hit me with it.
How do you ensure that the springs you produce meet the required specifications and quality standards?
Now this one is all about quality control.
Your meticulous approach to manufacturing.
My dedication to making top-notch springs.
Because even a small deviation from those specs can have consequences.
Precision is key.
It is.
So when answering this question,
Highlight your knowledge of quality control,
visual inspections,
dimensional measurements,
load testing,
material analysis.
it's about showing that I understand the checks and balances.
Every step matters.
And I can mention specific tools I use,
Micrometers,
calipers,
spring testers.
even fancy imaging equipment.
The more specific, the better.
And I can share times when I spotted a potential quality issue,
And took steps to fix it.
even if it meant going above and beyond.
It shows you're committed to excellence.
Okay, let's tackle a question about teamwork.
I love teamwork.
Me too.
What is it?
Describe a situation where you had to collaborate with others to solve a problem during spring manufacturing.
Another scenario-based question.
They want to see how I handle those real-world challenges.
Think about a time you encountered a problem.
A technical issue.
A production delay.
A quality control concern.
Those challenging moments really test your skills.
There are definitely some hair-pulling moments in spring making,
Well, yeah.
but the key is how you collaborated to find a solution.
Did you seek input from colleagues?
Facilitate brainstorming.
Delegate tasks effectively?
It's about showing off those core teamwork skills,
Communication.
collaboration,
Problem solving.
and how those skills led to a positive outcome.
Don't forget to mention the end result.
Did we solve the problem?
Did you learn valuable lessons?
Did you build stronger relationships?
All important things to highlight.
Okay. As we wrap up part 2,
Already?
let's leave our listeners with a final question to ponder.
Okay, I like it.
What are your thoughts on the future of spring making?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is.
This question is about showcasing your understanding of industry trends
My ability to think critically.
and my vision for the future.
The world of spring making is constantly changing.
Advancements in materials,
Manufacturing technologies.
the needs of different industries,
So it's not about predicting the future perfectly.
but about showing I'm aware of the key trends.
And have some insights into where the field might be headed.
Exactly.
It's about showing that I'm curious and engaged.
Excited about the possibilities.
I am.
You could talk about the growing demand for high-performance springs,
In aerospace,
automotive,
renewable energy,
the development of new materials,
like advanced alloys.
and composites,
These materials offer enhanced strength,
durability.
corrosion resistance.
It's incredible how spring technology is evolving.
It is.
You could also discuss the role of automation,
Digital technologies.
CAD, FEA, 3D printing,
It's a blend of traditional craftsmanship.
and cutting-edge innovation.
By expressing my enthusiasm for these advancements and my willingness to embrace new challenges,
Yeah,
I'm showing my commitment to staying at the forefront of the industry.
exactly.
I'm not just looking for a job.
You're passionate about the field.
Excited to be a part of its future.
We've covered a lot of ground in part 2.
From interview questions,
To career insights,
tips from RoleCatcher.
we've equipped you with the knowledge and strategies to approach those interviews with confidence.
Remember, it's not just about giving the right answers.
It's about showcasing your passion,
Your commitment to learning.
your ability to contribute.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools.
Their CV Resume Builder interview practice feature and career guides are amazing.
They offer a free version to get started.
And for those who want to level up their prep,
Their RoleCatcher Copilot AI subscription unlocks even more features.
it's worth checking out.
All right, future spring makers, stay tuned for part 3 of this episode, where we'll wrap up our interview prep journey with a final set of questions and some closing thoughts to help you land that dream job. Until then, keep those springs coiled and your spirits high. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of spring making.
We're in the final stretch of our interview prep journey.
I'm feeling ready to tackle those last few questions.
We've covered a lot already.
We have.
But there are a few more things we need to talk about to make sure you're totally prepared.
Okay, so let's imagine you're nearing the end of the interview,
Okay.
and the interviewer asks,
What are your hobbies outside of work?
and I'm thinking, wait,
Wait a minute.
shouldn't this be all about springs?
I know, right?
But your hobbies can actually reveal a lot about you.
They can showcase your personality, your passions, and how you approach challenges.
So should I dust off my childhood Slinky collection
No,
and present it as performance art?
maybe not. But you should highlight hobbies that show off transferable skills.
Like what?
Do you enjoy things that require precision?
Like woodworking.
Model building?
Okay.
Do you play team sports?
That shows I'm a team player,
Exactly. Or maybe you volunteer.
which shows my commitment to the community.
And your problem-solving skills.
So it's about connecting the dots between my hobbies and what makes a great spring maker.
Exactly.
Okay, here's another question that seems simple but can be tricky. Why are you interested in working for this company?
Ah, yes. The why us question.
This is where my research comes in handy.
Big time.
Before any interview,
Yeah.
I'm going to dive deep into their website, news articles, even their social media.
Find out what they're all about.
What are their values?
Their latest projects.
What makes them stand out?
You want to show that you've done your homework?
I'm not just applying to every spring-related job out there.
Right. You're genuinely interested in them.
Maybe they're known for their innovative designs.
Their commitment to sustainability.
Their awesome company culture.
Tailor your answer to highlight what resonates with you.
Show them you understand what they're about and why you want to be on their team.
Now, speaking of company culture.
Let's talk about work environment.
Okay.
What type of work environment do you thrive in?
This one's all about honesty.
Be upfront about your preferred work style.
Think about past experiences.
What made me feel motivated?
Productive.
Did I do better in a fast-paced collaborative setting?
Or did you prefer a more independent approach?
I'm definitely a team player.
So if the company values teamwork,
That's a good match.
it is.
But if they prefer a more independent style,
Be honest about that too.
there's no right or wrong answer as long as I'm being genuine.
Exactly.
It's about finding that fit.
Where your ideal environment aligns with theirs.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Salary expectations.
I know this one can be tough,
It can,
but remember, it's a conversation.
not a confrontation.
Right. They want to make sure you're fairly compensated.
I want to make sure my needs are met.
So do your research.
Use websites like Glassdoor
Salary surveys
to get a sense of the typical salary range.
for spring makers with your experience in your area.
Know my worth and be prepared to discuss it professionally,
No demanding a spring-shaped swimming pool.
no matter how tempting,
When they ask, you can provide a range based on your research.
and emphasize my flexibility.
Okay, so you've nailed the tough questions.
Showcase my passion for springs.
Research the company like a pro.
Any final tips?
Preparation is key.
Practice those answers.
Even do mock interviews with a friend.
It's amazing how much that helps with confidence.
It really does.
And on the big day, dress professional.
Arrive on time.
And most importantly, be myself.
Let your enthusiasm shine through.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher,
Their AI-powered tools can be game changers.
their CV resume builder,
Interview practice feature.
career guides.
They can really make a difference.
They offer a free version to get you started.
And for those who want to level up,
Their RoleCatcher Copilot AI subscription unlocks even more.
it's worth checking out.
All right, future spring makers, that wraps up our deep dive into spring maker interviews.
We've covered a lot.
From understanding the role,
To tackling tough questions.
leveraging the power of AI.
We're confident that you'll be well on your way to landing that dream job.
Go out there and rock those interviews.
We're rooting for you.